Welcome to the Nomadic Spaces podcast, where we talk all things interior design, tiny houses, and happy homes. Each week, we explore different interior design strategies, the unique challenges of small spaces, and accessible design solutions to help you create a more beautiful and happier home. Whether you're a fellow tiny house dweller or simply have an interest in interior design, this show has something for you. Hi folks, your host Sarah here. I am a professional interior designer and I run my own business, Suka Interior Design, where I transform spaces all over the country. I'm also a realtor here in Asheville, North Carolina, where I live with my pup Elvis in a vintage travel trailer that I renovated into my tiny dream home. Thank you so much for being here. If you like what you hear, please consider leaving a review, hitting some stars, subscribing, and sharing this show. It's how little shows like this survive. All right, let's get into today's episode.
Hello friends, and welcome back to the Nomadic Spaces podcast. Today's episode is called The Future of Interior Design, Embracing Transparent Flat Fee Pricing. It's pretty common knowledge that interior design is an art form that transforms spaces into functional and aesthetically pleasing environments. However, for many, the cost of actually hiring an interior designer can be intimidating and even mysterious. Traditional interior design services come with hidden or unknown fees, marked up products, and this often makes it difficult for clients to know what they are truly paying for. When I started my business in 2020, I was no stranger to the traditional interior design business model with markups, yet I really struggled trying to find alignment with my personal and professional principles that are deeply rooted in transparency. After working with a business coach and spending a lot of time setting up my business foundations and processes, I was finally able to start implementing flat fee pricing, and I've never looked back. Now, 4 years later, there's a real growing movement of interior designers moving towards this more transparent and straightforward approach through flat fee interior design pricing. First up, let's talk about probably the most common question out there, which is how much does an interior designer cost? Traditionally, interior designers have operated on a commission-based pricing model. This typically involves several layers of fees that can add up pretty quickly. It may include one or any grouping of fees. Number one is hourly rates. Many interior designers charge by the hour, which can typically range from $50 an hour for someone who's new in the industry, all the way up to $500 plus an hour, depending on experience level and location. This can make it challenging for clients to actually estimate the total cost of their project. Number two is markups on products. Designers often receive quote-unquote trade pricing on product, which is a discounted rate available exclusively to industry professionals. This allows them to then mark up the products before selling them to clients, sometimes as much as 50 to 100%. This markup is meant to cover the designer's time and expertise in selecting and sourcing the items. Three is project management fees. Additional fees can be tacked on for overseeing the project, coordinating with contractors, and ensuring everything runs smoothly throughout the project. While these different methods can be lucrative for designers and ensure that they get paid an hourly rate for any time spent on the project, it often leaves clients feeling uncertain and blindsided by ongoing expenses, especially if there are issues or delays that arise, which is pretty common in home renovation projects. In contrast, flat fee design pricing is a model based on simplicity and transparency, where clients know exactly what they're paying for up front. Here's why I use flat fee pricing and why I think this is the wave of the future. Number one, transparency and trust. Clients are provided with a clear and concise breakdown of costs from the start. This transparency builds trust and ensures that there are no hidden fees or unexpected expenses down the line. Number two, predictable budgeting. Knowing the total of the design services ahead of time allows clients to budget more effectively. This predictability is particularly beneficial for those with limited funds or for larger projects where costs can easily spiral out of control over time. Number three, focus on design, not sales. When designers aren't reliant on product markups for their income, they can focus purely on creating the best design solutions for their clients. This results in a more authentic and client-centric approach. For example, in the world of Airbnb interior design projects, the name of the game is low cost and quick turnaround. If I couldn't utilize retail sites like Wayfair or Amazon, both the project's timeline and budget would significantly increase, which means I am not best serving my clients to achieve their goals. Number four, efficient use of time. Flat fee pricing is often based on the value of the outcome, not a straight up number of hours. Flat fee pricing often averages a low hourly rate per project and encourages more efficient project management. Without the pressure to clock hours, designers can work more effectively and complete projects faster. Number five, freedom while sourcing. When a designer's income is dependent on the markups they make from trade discounts with certain vendors, they are then reliant on putting their clients' orders through said vendors. even if the product is available somewhere else for less or more quickly. I have seen a lot of designers struggle with how to handle the internet allowing their clients to price shop. Hi friends, I hope you're enjoying this show. Listening to podcasts and reading blogs like this is a great way to gain knowledge, but to really make change, you need to take action. Luckily, taking action doesn't have to be overwhelming, timely, or expensive. My Desk Refresh Guide is a great resource you can download totally free from the link in the show notes. This guide will break down the redesign process into simple, actionable steps with tangible results to transform your space without spending a cent. Now let's get back to the episode. How does flat fee design pricing work? Flat fee design pricing can vary on the scope and complexity of the project, but here is a very general outline of how most designers using flat fee services work. Number one is a connection call or initial consultation. This 15 to 20 minute call is where the designer meets with the client to discuss their needs, preferences, and budget and timeline. This consultation is usually free or offered at a nominal fee. Number two is a proposal. Based on that initial consultation, the designer will provide a detailed proposal outlining the scope of work and the flat fee for the entire project. The proposal may include estimated project costs and timelines. Three is the agreement or the contract. Once the client agrees to the proposal, both parties will sign the contract and the design process begins. Four, execution. The designer executes the project as stipulated in the contract. For example, in my design plan service, my contract is completed after sending the client the product order list and installation plans. While in my full service design contract, I am involved all the way until the very end. It includes the project management, the staging, and overseeing the installation. Now let's talk about some of the benefits of flat fee pricing for the client. There are numerous advantages, such as cost savings. Without the additional markups on products, clients can often save a significant amount on furnishing and materials. If the interior designer passes their discounts on to their clients, like I do, on average, my clients will save anywhere from 5 to 20% depending on the piece and the overall order. Greater control. Clients have more control over the budget and can make informed decisions about where to allocate their funds. They are not tied to their designer's preferred vendors. If they find a product for less at a different retailer, we can purchase that product without issue or an additional markup from the designer. Enhanced collaboration. The transparent nature of flat fee pricing I have found to foster a collaborative relationship between the designer and client, and it just results in a more personal and satisfying experience. To wrap up, as the interior design industry continues to evolve, flat fee design pricing is emerging as a preferred model for both designers and especially for clients. It offers a straightforward, transparent, and client-focused approach that removes the financial guesswork and allows for a more enjoyable and stress-free design process. By embracing flat fee design pricing, interior designers can build stronger relationships with their clients, spend less time on tracking hours, and create beautiful, functional spaces that truly reflect their clients' tastes and lifestyle. Again, for me personally, it came down to the foundations of my business and my brand. Flat fee pricing allows me to offer 100% transparent interior design services, help people transform their spaces, and achieve their property goals, whatever they may be. Thank you so much for listening. I would really love to know what your thoughts are about flat fee pricing and this episode in general. And of course, if you have any questions, please reach out. I would love to connect with you.
I hope today's episode was helpful and inspiring. My goal with this show is to help others make change that transforms their space and achieve their design goals. But just absorbing content, even brilliant content like this, doesn't get results. Taking action does. If you're still listening, you might be ready to fully accomplish your design goals. My challenge to you is to commit to taking one action right now before you don't. Taking action might look like booking a design project jumpstart, or maybe it's downloading the Desk Refresh Guide, or just signing up for my mailing list. Maybe it's scheduling a complimentary connection call with me to talk more about your design goals in detail. You can find out more about all of these fun things I just mentioned and contact me directly through my website, which is sukkainteriordesign.com. That is sukkainteriordesign.com. I love to connect, so please don't be a stranger. As always, thanks for being here and being a part of this community. If you liked what you heard, please take a second to review, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. It's truly the easiest way to support me and this podcast. Until next week, take care and home happy.